Welcome back, man, with the part 2 of Sharp talking to this Pstar. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it, and this part, I think this part's probably gonna be a little bit more interesting. She gets to tell her story of why she do what she do, I guess. All right, but let's get into it. I'm gonna fuck this up the whole video.
Somebody versus. Do you want me to pull up the video? Should I pull up the video right here?
Little recap. Sharp said that there's a video of her high off drugs. She was like, it's really not that bad. I don't do drugs like that. Sharp said, well, baby, it looked like you do drugs like that. And then names off the drugs she was doing. Clearly, she's in distress, so you know that shit true. And basically, she's kind of like denying it. I won't say denying it, but she's kind of trying to underplay it. But you know how Sharp be. Sharp don't play none of that. So he's really putting it in the forefront of her face. So let's get to it.
That video.
I'm just saying, I'll pull up the video right here.
Please do not pull up the video.
Oh, okay, so we don't need to bullshit each other.
Please, sir, please don't pull up that video.
I won't as long as you don't bullshit me. I'm not going to pull it up as long as you just keep it real and say, yeah, I did do that.
Look at Flacco sitting there. He's like, yeah, bitch. He's like, yeah, bitch, I'm a real nigga, man. What's up?
Is where I am fucking up at. We're here to humanize. So the way I can help humanize you, baby, you can't hold the doors. You can't close the doors on me and lock them. But keep screaming past the door to tell me to come in. It's open. You can't do that. We're going to humanize. Let's humanize.
Right.
Let's figure it out together. That's what we're here for.
Sure.
So you were doing these things. That's how I knew, because I saw the video. It's not just something that somebody was telling me. I know. I saw it. Your birthday,
Yes.
right? It was your birthday. You were at dinner.
No, it was not my birthday.
It wasn't around it. I'll at least say that. It wasn't around your birthday.
It was around my birthday. Yes.
Okay, so it was for your birthday. We know this.
No, it was not for my birthday. It's for a friend's birthday party.
It's for a friend's birthday party.
I think that low-key make it worse. Like, you was fucked up like that. Let me finish. You was fucked up like that, and it's not your birthday. It's somebody else's birthday, and you took the liberty to basically go out your mind, go out your body on a day that's really not even about you. That's crazy.
Yes.
And what narcotics were you on that day?
Ketamine.
Ketamine. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
That's it?
But now we're getting somewhere.
She denied the ketamine earlier.
I know it wasn't just it, but I just know that now we're getting somewhere, because I want to help humanize, baby. This is how I have to baptize you. We have to tell all the truth.
Right.
That way we can get to some glory.
It's for anybody who's not watching. Who is watching. Let's double check what ketamine is, because I'm pretty sure it's like a horse tranquilizer, or they use it for horse tranquil or something. But ketamine. Let's look. Ketamine is a medication primarily used for induction and maintenance anesthesia. It induces dissociative anesthesia, a trance-like state providing pain relief, sedation, and amnesia. Let's look. Is ketamine horse tranquilizer? Addressing despite his mother's horse. It is alright. We're not gonna go too deep in it, but yeah, it is known to be a horse tranquilizer. So baby was tripping.
We can get to the promised land together. You know what I'm saying? That's what you were on. You know, I see that you have done porn, you've done things like that. You've been in the industry, right?
Yes, sir.
Haven't had the greatest rapport.
Rapport?
Yeah, you haven't had the greatest rapport. You haven't had the greatest name from, other chicks that have been in the industry that have dealt with you. Right? It's okay.
They don't tell me that to my face, but hey.
I know when we're in the Sharp.
Again, look. This is what I be saying, bro. Especially in the first video. She's so trapped in her situation. She put a mask on, and the mask came right back on. Sharp kind of started opening, talking about we can't humanize you if you have this door closed on us. But look, she put it right back up. And it's when you can't look at when you're so disgusted by what you're doing and what you're becoming that you put a mask on and you hide it and act like it's someone else and you kind of put it on the back burner. It brings like this. But she probably really thinks this is her. She thinks she's being cordial. But really, she's just wearing a big old mask.
Sharp Tank.
Right.
No jumper.
But not too
Sharpest, coolest
surprising.
podcast in the world. This shit's gonna get deep. So I'm here. I'm trying to help you out here, mama. You hit me, you said, Sharp, let's humanize this shit. Okay, let's do it. We have to go through the faults first.
Sure.
So let's get through the faults so we can get to being a greater and better us.
Yes.
There have been females that are in the industry say that you don't have the greatest name.
Okay.
What's your take on that? What do you think that might consist of?
I had something pretty awful happen around Halloween, and since then I would not strongly disagree with those women.
I do have a question. In circumstances like this, y'all can answer below in the comments. What can happen? What is the extent of something happening to somebody that's traumatizing that allows you to take that on other people? Because I do agree, when bad stuff happens to someone, they typically do bad things to others. But at what point does it be, okay, I understand this is what this person is going through, so the way they act is understandable? And where does it go, no, the way you're acting is unacceptable no matter what you've been through? Like, where's that line? Because I think we blur that line a lot, and we give people a lot of free passes to really be assholes and dickheads when they really don't deserve it.
Right.
I would not disagree.
Yeah. What do you think that
Definitely let some stuff.
How bad of a person you have to be for porn stars to hate you? I feel like porn stars are some of the nicest people I've ever seen on camera. Porn stars be happy with everything. Like, as long as you're not a dick, they seem pretty cool to me.
Go.
what do you think that there's what do you think you can do to change, the narrative that you feel like people perceive you to be today?
Well, I was watching a documentary on Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember his scandal, do you?
No. Enlighten us.
And Eddie Murphy was, as you know, the it boy of, I believe, the 80s.
Yeah.
He was untouchable. And he's a very, very, very talented
I do think it's weird she's comparing herself to Eddie Murphy, but we move forward.
Entertainer. Very gifted. What happened was he got caught with a trans woman in his car about 25 years ago.
Whoa, is that true?
Yeah, you can look it up right now if you want.
Is that
So he's driving around.
We can look that up real quick. We got time. There. Eddie Murphy. It doesn't pop up early. Still ain't popping up. Still not popping up. It don't pop up at all. Transgender woman. Was an American who gained infamy when she was sitting in the car. Simone was known as person as Simone was an American Samoan gender dancer, public figure who gained infamy when she was seen getting into a car in Los Angeles, California. So I guess this is... She's dead? Oh, that's sad. Images of Eddie Murphy, transgender. I'm going to guess this is her. I ain't gonna lie, for a transgender, she didn't get, and then you gotta think, this isn't the transgender now where you can get surgeries and all that extra shit. This is straight makeup. Baby was doing her thing. But let's get back into it, man. So this is a true story.
I believe it's in like a Corolla or something Eddie Murphy wouldn't drive. Like, why would Eddie Murphy drive that shit? So he's riding around in some car that's not going to draw attention, and something was off the plate, something was up. So the police pulled him over and they said, hey, excuse me, sir, who is this woman in your front seat? He said, they said, this looks like this woman does sex work. And he goes, I don't know anything.
Well, this wasn't a woman. This was a man, correct?
This was a trans woman.
Yeah, it was a man. Okay.
Trans woman. So.
Trans woman.
Yeah, so he.
I mean, you have to understand something. Where I come
I
from,
got bleeding heart.
Where I come from, and I have nothing against
I
type
understand,
of community.
I understand.
But you know,
I just have a
they
bleeding
never
heart
told
for
me that it was against the law to, classify people as they were. I don't have no problem with you being gay. If you like men, if that's something that you like to do, I have no problem with that. But if you have something that's an outie and not an any, I'm gonna just classify you, and that's just my opinion. I don't have to sit there and there's no hate crime to it, but I just look at things a little bit different.
Right. I just refer to anyone of that nature as a trans woman.
We'll continue.
Yeah, anyways. So they pull him over. They're like, who is this woman sitting in your seat? And he says, I'm a good Samaritan. I picked her up to get a ride. They're like, yeah, we don't trust that bullshit for 1 second. Mm-hmm. So they took him in.
I don't want to know. How does she know all the details of this story? Like, one, it says she was a dancer, not a prostitute. Interesting fact. So, a little bit different, but these details are interesting.
Or I don't know if they took him in. Sorry, I'm probably wrong on that. But anyways, I don't know if they took him in for questioning or what. But of course, they took the trans woman out, and they were like, "Hey, what was he doing with you?" So I'm not a fan of anybody ratting on anyone, but the man was caught. So she said, "They're like, what was he doing with you in the car?" She said he wanted to take me to a hotel room and take photos of me, and well, we can all guess what else he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, remember, this is 20 years ago.
Never mind. Was that gay? So is Eddie Murphy gay? Looking at it, I mean, I'm surprised this never came out, but Eddie Murphy might be gay now.
It's Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, people were just, oh, I can't believe that. And people love to see people's downfall. They love to see people fail, which is what the last 6 months have taught me. But
let's also give some background. Being transgender was probably far less accepted 40 years ago than it is, or 25 years ago than it is now. So that probably could bring a downfall to your career. You could be seen more as a weirdo. Even though I don't think so, because he does work in Hollywood, and Hollywood's full of gays, but still.
Anyways, what he did to solve that problem was he laid low, he took a break, he had plenty of money. He reappeared in Mulan, all the Shrek franchises, and a bunch of kids' movies. Cashed out, went back to his house with his 10 kids, and called it a day. And hardly anybody remember. See, you didn't even know what the scandal was.
Right, but like, what happened on Halloween?
I got locked in a car with someone who I was dating.
And you locked in the car with somebody you was fucking dating. Y'all must have been locked in together, right?
Yes. So we went to EDC, and he was already being like, he wasn't someone I was particularly into. He was just kind of around. I'm like, whatever. He's like, I actually had this weird feeling, and I'm not into the spirituality aspect.
Why would you date somebody you're not into? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand women. But she's talking about we were dating. So dating implies we're doing more than just, having sex. Like, we're going out together, we're spending time together. But you're spending time with someone you don't even like. That's weird.
Things, but I had this weird feeling like I shouldn't go. But he was like, but I already bought you the ticket. You should go with me. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I go, and we get there, and he's a big guy. So he starts, like, pushing past people. He's, like, I'm like having to run up to catch to him and like scream. Like he's just like having like this meltdown. And then I lost my card and my ID, and I was like, hey, can you just wait here? Because I think at this point this guy was gone. He's not gonna help me. I don't care. So I was like, just. Oh, and he was trying to fuck one of my friends on top of that in front of me. So I was like, yeah, you're definitely gone.
Bro, you're a porn star. Like, see, that's what I'm saying, bro. I think you gotta understand, you can't get the best of both worlds. You can't be a porn star and a lady, okay? You gotta pick one. If I end up knowing I'm fucking with a porn star, a stripper, somebody who's in the sex work area, when we get to around that type of stuff, I'm expecting you to be on the extreme, because this is what you do for work. So I expect more once we get in private. And again, you can say that's wrong, we can agree or disagree on that. But this idea that you want to be treated like a lady when you do sex work that clearly undermines what a lady is crazy to me.
Why was you mad about that shit?
I don't care about that. I don't care about.
It's your friend.
It was my friend from high school.
But they both your friends. Y'all at EDC.
Oh, she was fine. She didn't do nothing wrong.
Y'all at EDC. Y'all getting high and y'all fucking.
Oh, we didn't fuck there.
But I'm just saying, y'all at EDC. Y'all getting high.
We're partying.
Y'all partying. Y'all doing y'all thing.
Right, but my point is, though, he was, like, screaming at me, but he's like, oh, I'll wait all day long for her to come back. But he couldn't have given a shit less if I was 20 feet behind him. And not only that, he's, like, knocking in front of people who are trying to take photos. Like, he's just embarrassing the hell out of me.
I do get what she's saying in that moment, actually, because I feel like I've learned a lot of girls, if they are in a position where they are okay with, threesomes or even like open relationships, what they want to know is that they're number one, And so in that moment, whatever he did made her feel like she wasn't number one. Like, I'd rather be with your homegirl than you. And so I understand her taken backness.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I gotta get out. Like, this guy's getting really weird. He's getting really aggressive. Like, I don't like this. I've had worse happen to me before a long time ago, and I know how this shit goes, and it's not pretty. So at EDC, it's about an hour drive away from anywhere near for the laws of the city, so they can have it all done throughout the nighttime. It's an hour away at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and there's no service. So I knew some people there, and I'm like trying to text them. I'm like, yo, can you please help me? Like, I need to get away from this guy. There's no service. I'm unable to get help. It's hours of him screaming at me, calling me every horrible name of the book about what a cunt I am, what a miserable bitch I am, about how I'm ruining his life. And we were nothing serious, by the way. We'd been casually seeing each other for 5 months, and he's an industry guy, so I know what the deal is. Like, I never got in his way. I was like, do you, like, have fun. So he's like, you're controlling. I'm like, controlling? Like, you post about hanging out with the chicks all the time. I don't comment. Nor am I a believer in monogamy, but he just, like, I honestly blocked.
Not to flip everything on her, but I do think this story is so one-sided. It doesn't. I have no you have no context. Without context, you can't really form a whole true opinion. And I just think it's an improper way to tell a story. It really makes it so the only way people can see it is not through the whole picture, but only your eyes, only through your things as a victim.
Out some of the obscenities he said because he just ran out of them, but anything horrible he could say to me, he kept screaming and screaming and screaming in my ear for hours. And I'm trying my best to get away, but keep in mind I lost my card and I lost my ID. So my phone at least was fully charged. And I was like, all right, at least I have that lifeline. So we get to the cab station. It's freezing because they had it done in October due to COVID. And I'm, half fucking naked. So... And he does the thing, too, where he's, like, kind of going back and forth. Like, once an hour, he'll say something nice. Like, oh, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to get a ride? Do you want to do this? Blah, blah, blah. And finally, I'm like...
This story make no sense to me at all. Like, I'm surprised they let her talk. I would sit there and be like, this makes no sense.
And none of my friends are replying. I'm like, fuck, I am stuck with this man.
Why the fuck do you think it's cool to hang with people Like if it, and I hate to even say this because I hate hearing stories like this.
Right.
Flacco, like somebody like nobody, like the lights are on, but nobody's home. Like even dealing with somebody like that and even considering that being even your own. Hearing somebody, oh, well, you know, you can't even find the motherfucker. He's somewhere moving. He's high. You're high. Two high motherfuckers can't do nothing to get what y'all doing. Y'all might as well went and just got a room, nigga, and box yourselves in. The fuck are you doing? At that point, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like I get people want to have fun and do shit like that.
Right.
But look, even to hear you say, how old are you?
28 years old.
28 years old? When them is gonna turn into you know the answer to them?
Would you let me finish my story, please?
Man, but I'm trying to really figure it out because the story's
No,
taking us nowhere.
Would you
But
let
the
me finish
story's
my-
taking us
okay.
nowhere.
Okay.
No cap. No cap. Story is really going nowhere. But we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna make a part 3 just so the video is not too long. What do you guys think about her story? What do you think about the perception of her story? And again, we don't know any of the facts here. So by what she's saying and people not liking her and her not acting accordingly over time, do you think any of that is justified by what you heard from her story currently? I want to know, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate if y'all let me know what you think. And, you know, you already know what I'm going to say, man. Stay fly, my friends.